Good morning, America. It's Simply Tennille here, hosting at the Edge Radio TV Network, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
This is the I'm Just Saying show, and we are about to jump right in. But before I do that, please welcome my co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, tell them where they can follow you on social media.
Go ahead, Mr.
Ladies first.
Oh, okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Bridget Holden. I'm back again. Hey, they liked me, so they invited me back. I'm so excited. Anyway, you can follow me on SheBridges _.com. I'm sorry, at SheBridges PR. Hold on, rewind. Let me pull it together. Instagram and Twitter is SheBridges _PR. And Facebook is SheBridges PR. And LinkedIn is Bridget Holden.
Girl, it don't take all that. Come on, Vanderbilt.
Let me show you how this is done, all right? Okay. It's your boy, I Am Vanderbilt. You can find me everywhere at I Am Vanderbilt.
Whatever.
I am a Vanderbilt. So, you know, we don't have a weekend recap, but we do have a last night recap, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. I'm letting that get all pulled up and simmered up in the pot.
Yeah.
Okay? Let it get simmered up in the pot. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about today. I know
Yes, we do.
that y'all saw clearly when I was putting together the show run that I needed to get some things off of my chest. If you couldn't tell by some of the sections on here. But we're going to jump right in with our world news. And you know, the first thing on the world news that everybody out there needs to know is that I'm Just Saying is going to continue to give back in a big way, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be at 50-15. I knew exactly where it was, but you know what I wanted to say?
It's early.
I wanted to say the name. I wanted to say the name of the event so that people could find it on Eventbrite, right?
She has not had her coffee.
It is the Christmas. I'm only taking one sip. The Christmas Give Back and Family Fun Ride is going to be a 5-mile. Mind you, this is shorter than the normal rides over at 50-15. Don't be scared. Come on out. Lots of people walk 5 miles all the time. Lots of people jog it. Lots of people do whatever. Just come on out. The only thing that we're asking is that your children do not have training wheels on their bikes. They need to be ready to roll, okay? They need to be ready to roll. We do still need bike donations. And I would love for one of you companies out there to do sponsor a breakfast for us. So
Yeah.
I would absolutely love that. So if you need to get in contact with us, please call us at 214-289-0195. We can't wait to hear from you. Vanderbilt,
What's up?
you said you didn't want to dress like Santa Claus, but are you going to put on a costume? I got somebody who's going to be dressed up like Santa Claus, and everybody's going to want to take a picture with the fat man.
Well,
Black
you know,
Santa.
I'm coming. I'll be dressed to fa la 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 la.
Fa la la la. Oh, are you going to have mistletoe?
Okay.
See, we didn't,
Are you gonna-
we didn't broach
she
your
up here
back
to
and
take-
your tan.
I am not tearing up anything. That was not my fault.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. I'm not touching it.
Yes,
La 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 la.
yeah, I'm gonna follow la la la. All along the bike ride.
Okay, Power Book, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I really like the fact that they added Mary J to this. I told you I was very sketchy on her acting abilities. You know, I'm not scared to say nothing. I'm just saying she did an okay job, but they're bringing Mary J back. It is time, December the 6th. Power Book is going to re-air the second season. I can't wait to see what kind of drama 50 Cent has thought up for us this time. You watch Power Book by any chance?
I do not.
She's looking like, I ain't trying to watch none of that madness.
I don't own a TV.
You don't know what you're missing.
Really?
I don't. Since
Okay,
2018, all of my television's
let's talk
out.
let's talk about that for a little bit. And why not?
Because it's called television programming for a reason.
Oh, programming, right?
Yes.
Because they're trying to sell us something
Exactly.
at all times.
All the time. Have you ever noticed when you're watching something, you kind of zone out? That's because you are being hypnotized. I don't care what y'all say, but it's proven fact.
Do you
I don't
have a
listen to
microwave?
it. No, I don't.
Okay, I figured you were one of those people.
Oh, what does
You
that
said-
mean, though?
When you said
Wait a
you
minute.
did not have a TV, no, I'm saying the people who don't have TVs
Uh-huh.
are also the people who don't have microwaves.
Nope, I do not have a
They don't
microwave.
believe in all that radiation.
No, it's not that I don't believe in it. I just, went through a process and did some research, and so I don't have a TV or a
Okay.
microwave.
So do you watch anything via your streaming devices or?
I mean, if I want anything, I get it on my phone or
Okay.
my computer.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
that's
All
it.
right.
Well, there are a few surprises that are going to be happening with Power Book. They're going to bring back some old characters.
Wait a minute, are they dead or alive? Because I think everybody dead.
No,
I think that they killed everybody.
No,
You know, all the
everybody-
important
everybody's
people
not
either
dead.
dead or in jail.
Everybody's not dead.
All right, let me find out.
So they
That's
bring
what I'm
back
talking about,
they're bringing back
Vanderbilt.
some old characters.
Give me that little tea. You know,
Yeah.
we love the tea.
I told you I got that Southern tea for you. I told you that.
Okay. Hurricane Iota tore Nicaragua up. Did y'all see the people's poorhouses? You know, I don't want to call them huts or whatever, but the water was to the door threshold, like
Oh my gosh.
halfway of the door threshold. If anybody has looked at the different things, you know, we complain here and say when stuff is, you know, torn up and X, Y, and Z, and we can still kind of, you know, bounce back because the water moves on out. This is not moving out. There's not proper drainage. There's not certain things. So they stuck for a while in these situations. You know, I really feel bad. I really
Yeah.
feel bad, but you know, what can you do? These hurricanes just keep coming. They just keep coming. They were not the only people affected when it came through the other day, but I just felt like I had to say something, you know, about that because it's a tragic situation. If you got people out there, my neighbors are Nicaraguan. If you got people out there, definitely check on them. Lots of bodies in the water.
And I didn't really pay attention to this one or follow the track or the model. Is this one coming
Well,
into
it was supposed to come up this way, but then it wound up hitting Nicaragua.
Okay. Well, I'm going that way. All right. Yeah, and I honestly don't think we could
Speaking
have
of
taken
power.
Yeah.
I don't think we could have taken another one either.
Yeah, I think that everybody just needs to be leery of those areas that are constantly getting hit. I don't think anything's going to change. I think it definitely has to do with the global climate, whether
Absolutely.
it be warming or not,
Absolutely.
however y'all want to put it. It definitely has to do with all of that, probably partially the fracking and whatever else that was going on as well. Leave stuff alone. You know, I know y'all feel like we need the resources, but let's find other ways. There's plenty of smart people out here. Stop killing their ideas and dreams, and maybe we might be able to get there. You know, a little bit more free college students out there. You know, give a little bit more scholarships out. Do that part. So I also wanted to talk about Miss Taraji. Did y'all see her with her red hair? in the American Music Awards?
Yes, I did.
With her red hair. How do you feel about that? You know, I did the paprika one time.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Paprika.
Me personally, I didn't like it.
I love Taraji with her natural hair. I'm sorry. I always have.
I guess it's because it was just a new look for me.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot to just like take in right then and there. I was like,
Okay. Other than that, we know she always does a phenomenal job. That's why she lands some of the positions that she does. She's
she
funny,
did awesome. It
she's
was just
bright, she's
the look.
intelligent. You know, I'm not even gonna get into this whole music, whatever, because it is just more of the same. I do not like these performances when they don't have their live audiences.
Yeah, it's kind of
hard
boring.
because I know that it's hard for people to perform anyway in front of a without having a live studio audience and keep up that same energy. But I'm trying to think if there's somebody that I've seen that is still doing well and has a performance that I feel like has that energy. And I can't come up with nobody. Everybody's just seems kind of blah to me now. That
Well,
they don't have those audiences.
Unfortunately, until this gets better, these are just the times that we live in. So what they're doing, if they are performing, they're performing at much, much smaller, more intimate venues. But if on a
These
on a
award
grand,
shows haven't been having anybody out there.
Well, I'm saying an award, that's on a grand scale.
Right.
Yeah, there's no way they can, have that many bodies or even, people be in the participating. So we'll just see if things get better. That fly is really
Nat.
Y'all, I'm over here like, he's gonna get in his mouth. It's about to get in his mouth, and I'm gonna be watching. My eyes was blinking. I didn't want to miss. I didn't want to miss nothing, just in case he went in your mouth while you was talking. I'm just saying, I was going to be here for the show.
We doing comedy today. Okay, we doing comedy.
Speaking of comedy, our girl
Great
Mayim
segue.
is going to be in a show. Vanderbilt, by any chance, do you have that flyer over there easily to pull up?
I sure do.
Yay, well that's good. I'm glad that you will be able to pull it up. There are tons of comedy shows that are going to be here in the Houston area this weekend, starting on tomorrow. You know, your boy Dave Chappelle done popped in town.
Really? All right,
The
Dave.
Improv is also setting it off, having a super dope lineup. But I am going to attend Miss Mayim, her show. Do you have it yet?
It's right. It's right.
I could have pulled it up.
Oh, you could have pulled it up.
You got it? No? Ooh, we done did a lot of texting over
Oh, here
there.
it is. No, here it is.
Okay, so give
Here
them
it
the
is.
information on that, because I definitely want people to support this event. You know, we got to support those who support us. She came out to the I'm Just Saying Halloween party, and I was super happy that she was there because she is a great spirit. Tell us a little bit about the show and some of the other people that'll be in the lineup.
Yeah, so this is Rodney. This is politically, incorrect number 3. Okay, it's gonna be Friday. Show opens the door open at 8. Show starts at 8:30. We're gonna have Mayim, which we call her Yummy.
Yummy,
Yeah, our
she
girl.
funny.
We're gonna have Rodney Bigham in the building. My guy Brady Bob and H-Town Bully will be in the building as well. So it's gonna be at the Library Coffee and Wine House, 2612 Scott Street. I will definitely post the flyer and all of the information so you guys can come check it out.
Yay! Come on, check it out. I will definitely be in the building because, you know, we'll be doing some birthday celebrating this weekend. It's Big Daddy's birthday, so I will probably be all over and nowhere at the same doggone time, okay? Because he don't like fooling with folks.
Wow! I'll be right
He
there.
likes
with
to
him,
be
y'all.
ducked off. So we did go to Perry's the other night, so we kicked off the party. We had some steak and lobster, if you will. So with the family, that was great. So we're gonna keep this show pushing, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Omegas had their Founders Day just the other day, and also I want to say, holidays are coming. I know a lot of people are out there, they're single, and they have not been cooking a full Thanksgiving meal, right?
Right.
So guess what? Tennille's got the option for you. Hello Fresh meal kits. Ladies and gentlemen, they put all of the pieces of the puzzle to a Thanksgiving dinner in a pack. You have to order them by a certain time. That's the only thing. They put them in a pack for you, and then you take them home and you experiment, and then you eat your own experiment. Because that's what I'm gonna call it, experiment. Because I'm not playing with my Thanksgiving. I can cook because my mama could cook, and I make those things that I know I can do. I have friends come over. We're gonna have a Friendsgiving. I have invited Vanderbilt out. Listen,
She didn't invite me.
listen.
and she had a request as well. Okay,
If-
I gotta hook her up.
If you want to experiment with your Thanksgiving, one of these meal kits is probably perfect for you.
You take that risk on yourself.
On
Yeah, you take
yourself.
that risk
You
on
gonna-
yourself.
Look, you're gonna be eating them crunchy greens. Look,
Wow.
with the dirt, you know. That's fine, because I know y'all don't know how to wash no greens. Hopefully that ain't in the meal kit. Hopefully it's some real simple items. I'm really just joking. I
No,
think
she's
that
not.
would be so much fun. You know, if when I was younger, to, you know, maybe try that, and they already had all the ingredients ready for me. I didn't have to be running out to the store because I didn't have vanilla extract and all that, you know. So I think that would be fun. I think it would be fun, you and your little boyfriend doing something like that together. But everybody remember, please keep these social gatherings small. We are all still out here trying to survive. I don't want your Rona. We'll be right back.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Between the ages of 0 and 5, a child's mind is very impressionable. Researchers call it the theta brainwave. This low frequency is the state of consciousness between the conscious and subconscious worlds. In this state, the mind is capable of deep and profound learning, healing, and growth. There is a subconscious loop that's created during these early years. Who you believe you are has been downloaded based on experiences that you have had. A bad experience could create fears and limitations. Do you love who you are? Do you believe in yourself? The reality is that you can't control your childhood. All you can do is interpret it. You can choose to see your good and your value. Try this experiment. Project forward. See yourself at 80 years old. Now you have lived a lifetime. What advice would you have for your younger self? What risks would you have taken? What relationships would you have avoided? Did you celebrate life? Did you allow yourself to feel, to be present? Your 80-year-old self would tell you to not live in fear, to have faith that things will work out, that all you have to do is persist until you succeed. Your 80-year-old self would tell you to stay healthy, to take care of your body. And it would ultimately tell you to share your gifts with the world.
Love you, mean it.
And we're back, yo.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I guess she
You know,
took over because that's how
I definitely took over Vanderbilt because I just want to make it really heartfelt.
understand.
Apologize, our
Just
friends were
slid
busy
me right on
here
out the
trying to
way.
help us, and Natalie is being Natalie Tennille, okay? And I am so sorry
being
for that. I
extra.
have to make a public apology. Thank y'all and welcome. Continue watching and following us, and we definitely need you to share this video. I think we're up here looking lovely, and we're just gonna keep
we got
doing
kinda
it.
coordinated
Yeah, we
there.
coordinated.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep doing this for you guys. I absolutely love this. Some of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, we might not have time, but it's okay. I want to talk to you about last night's event.
Yes,
last
how was
night,
that?
I'm just saying, was definitely in the building. The Edge was in the building at Little Kiki and
Little
DJ
Kiki.
Chose's listening party.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say this. DJ Chose is young, and he is one of the hottest out there right now. Because I know everybody want to know who Ashley is. Okay, so I got the answer for you. We're about to play a video real quick. I did ask him who Ashley was.
I know you did. I know you did.
I had to, and we also talked to Kiki the Dawn about Self-Made 3, and why it's important and how he normally compiles that together. So here's a little video clip that I made, and I'll fill y'all in if we can't hear it. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, ladies and gentlemen, last night's listening party, and we've got a little debut by Mr. Dakota over there. He was working the room, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that they are paying attention because I am ready
Good. I don't
for
think they're paying
the
attention.
video. Dun dun dun. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Look,
Just like that. We're back.
I enjoyed that little pause just for a second.
Pause
doing
for
this
the
little time.
cause.
So we're going to try to run that back in just a little bit. I don't know what went on there. We're going to figure it out. But anyway, let's move on. We got topic discussions. COVID coma patient gives birth to twins.
What?
Let me tell y'all how real this is. This COVID is real.
COVID and coma?
Listen,
COVID
I know
gotta
that
produce
y'all
babies.
do not want to take this serious. There's so many people who do not want to take this serious. I need y'all to take this serious. This lady was in a whole coma due to COVID, gave birth to a boy and girl twin,
Wow.
woke up to her fresh brand new babies. And she was so relieved and so elated that her babies had survived. I thought about a bunch of different things like, wow, this means no breastfeeding. This means no whatever, because clearly I'm an advocate for breastfeeding. But that's just crazy. You wake up, your baby's already there. They just did the whole delivery without you.
So were they born with the antigen already since she had it?
So they were COVID free. Don't know how that works either.
Well, the
it's
womb
good.
is protective.
Yeah.
Well, thank the Lord that they protected
Yeah,
her.
good.
Again, I would have thought that the babies would have COVID as well,
Well, I would
Thank
think that they
God.
would at least have the antigen now, so they can't get it since it was in her bloodstream.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is what it is.
Well,
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. We hope
on the babies.
mom is okay, babies are okay. So guess what?
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Oh, are you just gonna not talk? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so listen. I would like to take time now to reflect on 2020. let's do that because you know we're getting close to the end of the year, and just give me a little bit. What was something that you really remember? You know, I put a little list of a couple of things here that I really remembered from 2020. Okay, so give me something outside of COVID or whatever like that that you really, really remember that resonated through media or through whatever from 2020. And I'm gonna step away for just a second. Y'all got it?
Yeah, we got it.
We got it. Okay, let's see. So one thing that really resonated with me in 2020, I realized how strong I was internally. Of course, you know, this is kind of COVID related, but COVID forced a lot of people to do a lot of things differently.
Correct.
And being that, you know, 2019 ended the way it did for me on a personal note going into 2020. Once COVID hit, I had to tap into another resource, another level of me that I didn't think was there.
That's cool.
So that was probably the biggest thing, and honestly the best thing.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, for me, what stood out was because my son graduated from college, but it sucked because it was. Because it was online. You know, he went to school for 4 years. It was something. I only have one kid. He's 23, and you know, it's just something that we were looking forward to. And you know, all the family was coming. And he graduated from Wiley, you know, home of the Wildcats, home of the great debaters, and he was a great debater. And it was just kind of disheartening, you know. So it was a pivotal moment to be able to, you know, see this young man accomplish something. However, not being there, it's, you know, the traditional. So it's like he received his cap and gown, and we were so excited because it came in the mail, and then he received, you know, his degree. But it was just like, why couldn't we, you know, be there? It's just different.
So let me ask you this then: is it just that much of a disappointment for the parents as well as the actual person who's graduating? Because I know when my son graduates next year, I'm gonna be like a red sunshine, me. Especially to get that one across the stage. Oh my goodness. You know, I mean, but like I said, you know, that's your only son.
Yeah, only one. You know, one time, one and done.
One time. You know, and it's like, you know, okay, you've looked forward to this moment. And he should too.
Yeah, he did.
He worked for it.
Exactly.
You know, but as a parent, are you just like?
Well, no, because
diploma,
right, but no, it was for both of us because he also graduated with honors, and so it was for both of us. Yeah, thank you. So it was for both of us. It was a disappointment, but we were glad he got it, and he's going on to grad school. So,
amen.
And there's a lot of kids, and it's funny that you say that there's a lot of kids and a lot of parents that felt the same way.
They have been affected all different kind of ways. They've been saving up for this.
They've been looking forward to that moment. Yep. And COVID has just
changed our lives.
Changed
our lives forever. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about some other little funny things that have changed our lives because, you know, 2020 really was not all that bad for me. I kind of liked being in the house, if you will, because there's always tons of events going on. People always, you know, trying to bring me out to certain things. Yeah, because I still go to the barn. I still go, you know,
What's the
and
barn?
I just act like nobody else. The barn is a real barn. I've got horses.
Oh, you're okay.
So yeah, I go talk to the animals. My kids chase the chickens and ducks and whatever else, and they jump from hay barn to hay field, and they have a wonderful time there. So we still get to get away like that. You know, everybody had to find, you know, there are things that are out there, whatever.
Right.
Okay, so we all know Tennille as the radio personality. You know, she's out and about at these events. You know, she's on air. She actually brought me to the barn, y'all. And when I tell you, it was like night and day. I'm the girl got a wheelbarrow, going this way. Next thing you know, she come back with a wheelbarrow full of hay, going that way. And I'm like,
So you're a country girl at heart.
Definitely country girl. I love it. And so it really wasn't that bad for me. I know a lot of other people had a really hard time adjusting, being in the house, being whatever. And I just was like, whoop. Okay, I'm gonna clean up my house. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. That's, you know, of course, when me and Marcus kind of fell in even tighter because, you know, we've been kind of estranged for a little while. But it was super exciting to have him there. I'm making sure my house is extra clean because I didn't want anybody to get sick. Virtual school and the kids, so they're there. We've gone a couple places, and you know, I said I need to buy one of those portable printers. Remember those back in the day? Do they still sell
yeah.
those?
I
The
think
portable
they do.
printers. So we're gonna have to get a portable printer so we can keep taking our little trips, because I always feel bad if they're not able to print something that they need to print. But we've learned how to use our, cell phones better. We're using the scanned documents and stuff like this. I know everybody out there is doing that. But one of the things I wanted to bring up was 2020 was the year Meg Thee Stallion had to apply, take an apology, a back seat for saying bottom feeders. Okay, this year,
Oh, Meg.
you can't eat groceries no more without having to apologize. She can't talk about y'all for eating groceries. I guess people with fetishes are now a protected class in 2020. Everybody is so sensitive in 2020. They made this girl apologize for saying that they was bottom feeders. Bottom feeders. Okay, that's one of my 2020s that I definitely remembered. I know y'all didn't want to go there. We're gonna go there anyway. I'm just saying. Next, it was an economy boost for a lot of people who had never had a dime. They got those stimulus checks, and I mean, people
It
went
came
crazy.
up.
I mean, they went crazy.
It did
They
come
done
up.
bought a car on $1,000. Where are those cars? Where are those cars? They went and put a damn payment down quick, didn't they? They don't have a job now. Still don't have a job. Then, let me tell y'all about y'all selves. I own the company. I started getting unemployment requests from people I ain't seen in 20 doggone years.
Really?
Did you just decide to put my business down as the last place you worked because you
sure
have not
did.
had a job
They
since
sure
I knew you?
Wow.
Okay, so that you can get that money from unemployment. We just talked about this last week, on the little, on Tuesday with the touchy subject. That boy wanted him a little free check.
True.
Say the wife, and said the ex-woman was getting all the money and this, that, and the other. It was people out here buying Maseratis and Lamborghinis.
On
Remember this little boy got
$1,000?
in? No, this guy, when they did the payback from the stimulus, whatever. Remember? No, the SBA loans is what he took advantage of.
What?
He wound up getting like $4 million.
What?
$4 million on an SBA loan. Okay, got approved for it. They sent him the money right to his bank account. That boy went out and bought him a Lamborghini the next day.
Wow.
That's not what they said you can spend that money on. I mean, maybe it was for promotion.
That's what I say. Maybe it was for
I
the
was
job or
interested
the
in
business.
promotion. Maybe
The
it had to do
question
with his
is,
business.
do he still got the lamp?
He does not. He's in jail.
Yeah.
Oh.
They
figured
definitely
that.
put him in jail. But
It-
he was living his best life for them 3 days and half long.
you had a bunch of them living their best life. They was getting that car on the first and no repo on the 15.
They got them coins right, and they said, "Look, I've been waiting all my life. I got the chance. I'm running for it." Okay, so here's another thing that I really liked about 2020. All the different races that went out and stood for Black Lives Matter, hand in hand. I have not ever in my lifetime seen this many mixed cultures take to the streets to do anything.
True.
To do anything. And I know it's because there's a lot more mixed race couples and things like this. The babies are now getting older and they're not afraid to date people because they're on both sides of the road. I get that, but for me, that was one of the things that I really, really liked about 2020, because Black Lives Matter was a movement, but at the same time, we do still have all those photos, all those memories of every single nation, creed, whatever, representing Black Lives Matter. So I thought that was one of the amazing feats of 2020, even though y'all should have been out there with your masks on. I know some people were and some people were not.
It was a movement inside of a movement, basically.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was a movement inside of a movement.
Inside of a movement. I like the way I said it.
You look at you. He over there giving himself nuggets. That's what he feels like.
Giving himself
That's what he
props.
feels
Give
like.
myself props.
Okay, so here's the other thing. I feel like my children before this were under a veil. And I feel like it was kind of removed because I kept them from a lot of the things that were going on. But when George Floyd is plastered all over the TV, there's no more choice to do that. You
Right.
don't have the opportunity to do that anymore. And you have to answer the question why to small children. So I feel like they're in a different place than where we were. Not us per se, but the kids that are underneath, me, not kids, let me stop calling them kids, young adults. Who haven't ever had to see anything like that, who didn't watch the Martin Luther King specials where people were getting, shot with the water hoses and X, Y, and Z. My kids were very new to any type of violence like that. So we had to sit down and talk with our kids over 2020 about why this happens, all these different things that is going to give them an advantage, I feel like now, because they haven't been sheltered from that. It's not going to be such a big surprise, because when you get that first attack on your person, that first racial attack, it really, really bothers you. But now that they have been forced to see it, we didn't want them to, but they were forced, and it kept repeating. So we were forced to deal with it, even in kids as small as 5, 6 years old, So I'm really happy about that for 2020, because I feel like it made me get out of my bubble.
How did they respond?
They have been responding fine, and we even did the whole little thing with our Black Privilege T-shirts and everything like that. I explained to them, the different things that had happened, and why it was such a big deal. And so far so good. We've not had any problem. But ladies and gentlemen, this is I'm Just Saying, and I hope your 2020 has been as eventful as mine.
As all of ours.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah.
This is former Rocket Robert Reed.
This is Mel Jewell of Athletes United.
And we want to talk to you of our new program and podcast. We're talking about former athletes who are doing a lot of things in the community.
Various athletes in various sports. Swimming, track, soccer, football, baseball, you name it.
Former and current athletes here in the greater Houston area.
All promoting wellness, health. All promoting that which makes us all better.
Of Edge Radio, truth still matters.
A retired Marine and former school teacher is spending his days on the road promoting unity.
His platform is to erase race, and he's trying to do that by traveling the country, visiting 100 cities, spreading his message one conversation at a time.
I was born and raised in Waller County, Texas, just northwest of Houston. As a child of the 60s civil rights era, I lived in a city that was probably 100% black at the time, and that city, Prairie View, Texas, had an educational background that far exceeded the national average. Because of this uncommon occurrence, I grew up lacking the sense of inferiority that many black people experienced as a result of segregation and the remnants of the Jim Crow era. In Prairie View, the smartest and most able and capable people the children of that city saw daily were always black. After integration in 1969, I grew up with friends from a variety of ethnic backgrounds, and this continued to expand as I went to college, and my circle of deep relationships continued to grow with football teammates from various parts of Texas and the country, and then expanded even more after I joined the United States Marine Corps, where my relationships began to include foreign cultures and people with whom I never envisioned communicating. Today, after having visited and lived in the continents of Asia, Africa, and Europe, I am convinced that we are all far more alike than we could ever realize. Something has hindered that realization for others. Here in the United States of America, we have been plagued for hundreds of years with a concept called race. This concept would have us believe that we are fundamentally very different and our skin color makes us so. Though anthropology, sociology, and medical journals continually refute this, many Americans continue to harbor the erroneous beliefs associated with race. This is what I'm here to change. Hello, I am Carlin Charleston, the Executive Director of Erase Race. We are a 501c4 nonprofit organization designed to remove race from our society and unite people across all demographics and bring them into the novel reality that we are all quite differently the same. That phrase may sound contradictory in itself, but it really makes sense. Once we understand our common origins from whence we all originate, then it becomes much more interesting to see how differently we have evolved in our geographic regions as one people. Erase Race began the work of unifying our country when I embarked upon a 112-city tour last June. Driving the Unity van from coast to coast and from north to south, the thrill of visiting the 48 contiguous states and meeting people I would have never met otherwise was simply amazing. From Baton Rouge to Boston and from Philadelphia to Phoenix, I became more American every day as I met the people that make up this great country, and that is where I want to take you. This is city number 76.
Shaking hands, visiting people and places, striving for unity as a human race.
It has really been phenomenal. Number one, to travel the country and go to different places in our country and meet the people is what most Americans need to do.
He said there have been surprising interactions, even poignant moments, stopping along sites of historic importance like the Liberty Bell and Harriet Tubman's home. He'll make his final stop in December, but his work will be far from done. Carlin's life is the American Unity Movement, and he's hopeful one day soon people truly won't be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
That's my vision, that we have people, and we can then respect people and live with people.
And we are back. It is the I'm Just Saying live crew in the building. We are at Midtown Bar and Grill, 415 West Gray. We are with the Edge Radio Network. I got my girl over here, Bridget. See, I got it right. See, I'm smart today.
Today.
You play too much. And of course, I got the queen over there, Simply Tennille in the
All hail
building.
the queen.
Hello.
All hail to the queen.
Oh,
Good
yes,
morning.
queen.
I hope that we're adding a little edge to your morning.
She is so extra, y'all. Really
I can't do all that on there. I'm sorry.
extra. So, queen, what we got?
Oh, okay. So I'm going to move into our next little piece. You know, I did want to do a social unrest piece because history is never dead, but we did talk about that a little bit and why it was important, you know, that they removed the statues that were lingering in our faces and, you know, rubbing it in our faces, these conquering things that have gone on. Did you feel like it was right for them to make people remove statues that have represented their communities for so long?
Well, it's a double-edged sword for me. I understand why they put them up because of historical reasons. I get that. However, it's also like that slap in the face that continuing to remind you of what's going on during this social unrest.
Correct.
So it's you know, kind of even for me.
I think you know, change is good, even though, you know, some people buck change.
Of course.
You know, so I mean, but to see a lot of those statues come down, a lot of the plaques, a lot of the wording that just was so disrespectful to us.
Very.
You know, and especially with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, to see that be the result was definitely big for me.
One of the ones that I really, really was happy that they got rid of, the one where it was a naked man and he had his little pickaninnies, if you will. He was holding them in his hand. He was naked.
I saw that.
You know, just kind of showing how they, you know, took advantage of the children and this, that, and the other. And he was like trying to catch them. So he was holding one and he was trying to catch the other. He was butt naked.
Wow.
And so something like that really, 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 it shouldn't have been up anyway.
In the first place. Where was this?
Because it's like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, why would you even think that was tasteful enough to put up in a public place? But it very much represented what went on. And I guess they wanted people to remember and know what was going on. Vanderbilt, next, we're going to do a little bit of sports talk. Do you have absolutely anything to talk about? Because, you know, there's... Oh, Jesus.
Yes, I do have a lot to talk about with sports. Okay.
Let me find out.
So let's she's about to find out. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Drew Brees is back in the news. Now he wants a second opinion because it was rumored 2 to 3 weeks Then they said, 2 to 3 months, maybe for the playoffs. So now he wants to get a second opinion.
Which sounds more real. Let's say that. I told you when we talked about this the other day, 2 weeks it was not real.
Nope.
It could not possibly have been real unless they went in there and stitched and glued. They was gonna have to use the hot glue gun to put them ribs back together.
Well, I mean, we knew 2 to 3 weeks was a stretch. That was like a real stretch. But once they started talking about, not coming back until the playoffs, he's like, okay, well, no, I need to get a second opinion now, so we can really see what's going on.
It looks like you're out for the season, buddy. Let's just say
he won't be out for the season. Actually, he will.
The playoffs is the season. That's done.
The season.
If you can't make the playoffs, that's the season. That's done.
He'll be back for the playoffs. That's when the season starts to move.
Okay.
People suffer from
what
grandeur delusions.
What else you got in sports? For real.
Delusions of grandeur.
That's when it starts for most people. But anyway, the NBA draft was last night.
Okay.
It went as expected. There were a few surprises in there, but Anthony Edwards went first. LaMelo Ball, who was projected to go first, he actually went third, and Wiseman went second. So everything kind of fell the way it was supposed to. Once again, it was virtual, So the parents were like. Of course they were excited, but it's not like
But it doesn't give you the same feel.
Right, it doesn't give you the same feel. So what I honestly have to say,
we have to learn mentally to not take all the hoopla now. But these are real reactions. These are the regular things. It's not the big I'm putting on a show for everybody. I think this might make us realer.
And then what happened was, because everything was virtual, right?
Yes.
Some of the actual announcements were delayed. There was one kid. He's from the Pac-10, and he was just sitting there for the whole time. But they already made the announcement. They actually went to commercial and came back, and he had just got it. And then
somebody called.
Right, and then they went in an uproar. And I was like, wait a minute, they're on the next pick now. But anyway, what Adam Silver said he was going to do is that he understands the importance, of wanting to see your child walk across that stage. He understood what it meant for them. He said, so when things got back to normal,
he's going to redo this.
He's going to actually do something where they actually get to walk across, and he's going to have a big ball and everything. So he understands. It's just that right now they can't do it.
Can't do it. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about in sports. There have been 80 college football cancellations. 80 games canceled due to COVID. I think that the children should not have been out there. If it's getting to a point where, that's a lot. Can they even really judge the season appropriately with something like that? That's a lot of games canceled. How do you feel about that, Vanderbilt?
It's a lot of games canceled, but at the end of the day, and we've said this 50 million times, at the end of the day, it's about money.
Yeah.
It's always about money. That's the bottom line.
So they're gonna cancel 80 games, but they'll rather make some money than not make any.
Very true.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that your life is more important than the dollar. I know that you can't survive without the dollar, though. So please don't think that I'm negating that fact, because people aren't going to stop your bills. I have heard that there are several plans going into place, supposedly to help people who are in need right now, because we did talk about also before that there are 99 million people or something like that who would be homeless right now if they were to decide to go ahead and put people out and evict them for late rents and whatever else right now. Can you imagine that many people on the street at one time? Whew. That's Armageddon. They're talking about crime rising. It's Christmas. We know that things are, getting stressed. It's about to get crazy out here.
There have been several rent programs that have been, extended or brought back. But the thing is, if your apartment complex doesn't sign up for it, then you can't get it.
Gotcha.
So that's the big thing. And once you go to the website, they'll send that, they put a link out, hey, we've approved $40 million, this, that, and the third. Okay, well, at that point, once you go to the link, it'll tell you to search for your apartment. If your apartment is not there, it'll tell you that there are other resources available. But that leads you 9 times out of 10, to a dead end, because all of the money has gone here.
Very true.
So,
because they've already given it out, or whatever.
And I'm hoping that what they'll do is they'll say, okay, even if your apartment complex doesn't sign up for it, let's still help these people out, because it's not your fault if the apartment complex doesn't sign up.
And they're just not signing up because they don't want to have to deal with the paperwork.
They
Let's
don't.
be honest, they're
They
lazy.
don't want to do the
They don't
paperwork.
want to do any extra work. They're not getting paid any more money to help you with your rent. Period.
Catholic Charities just they were just awarded $50 million. They've gone through it already.
Wow.
Dang.
Money. It's all about the money. The Benjamins, baby, as they say.
Almighty dollar.
The almighty dollar. Talking about the almighty dollar, somebody who just will not let this thing die.
Die
hard.
Call him out.
Is back.
Call him out.
Yet again.
First of all, let me say this. Let me say this. I understand about making money, and if you got it, you got it.
Right.
But are we here for this?
No.
Movie scoop time. It's movie scoop, y'all. Are we here for Die Hard? His knees are so knocked, they sitting in the other socket. Okay?
Oh, shade.
Y'all know it. Y'all know it. I had to say it. I'm sorry.
The shade of it all.
This is Die Hard 12.
Are they gonna be
15, I think.
Will in the chair chasing?
She did not say Will in the chair. Well, come on now. It's Bruce Willis.
Yippee-ki-yay.
It's Bruce.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Bruce is one thing. Who's his counterpart?
I thought it was just Bruce.
Listen, he gonna be in the wheelchair like this. Chasing down I'm sorry, Bruce. Thank you so much for your service and dedication. It is time, Bruce, to sit down and pass that torch.
Let it go.
Pass that torch to somebody
Let it
else.
go.
I don't know how maybe they're gonna be granddads in the movie. I don't know where it's gonna go. I have not even watched the trailer because I'm out on this.
Maybe they'll do the same storyline as in Shaft. You know, the last
Maybe.
one with the grandson and the dad.
Like it, though.
Yeah, that's gonna take away from it.
I didn't like it. Just like with the Expendables, they were Expendables
they
3.
expended out.
Right. Sylvester Stallone is 106.
Come on.
Jet Li is 400 and
You could even see the skin sagging on his muscles.
Exactly.
Well, I was done. I was
Exactly.
like, wow.
Oh my God.
Dolph Lundgren, he still can't talk. I'm like,
wow.
You know what? This is too much.
Still didn't get a voice coach. So,
Right.
but anyway.
Oh, but wait, did you hear that Michael B. Jordan is on the face of the cover of People
He's
as the sexiest man alive?
I can agree with that. He is a very
His fine
sexy guy. He comes across well, not only in his photos, but when he's speaking and talking to people. So I can go with that.
Good looking dude.
At least it's not someone with a girl booty again.
Oh,
congratulations!
Wow.
What's John Legend?
Wow.
When they put him on there, I was done.
Congratulations,
John
Michael
Legend
B. Jordan.
Is cute and all, but I mean, he got the whole.
I mean, that's all I'm gonna
female
say.
hip,
Congratulations.
curvy butt
I don't.
and all this. That is not attractive to me. I like a little structure. Good job, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, I like a little structure. Let's put that little structure.
Sorry, I
today.
brought it up.
Anyway, she said, I'm sorry I brought it up. Okay, so also in movie news, we talked about Jingle Jangle is coming, but Netflix is really getting into the holiday spirit. Okay, so let me tell you, so for November, they have dropped all these Christmas-themed movies. Okay, so let me say this. They've got Operation Christmas Drop, Alien Christmas, Dolly Parton's Christmas, and they've got Christmas Chronicles, the sequel, and the Princess Switch. All of these are supposed to be Christmas style movies that are already on Netflix because it's November and they leading you into
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
She's still alive.
Wait a minute. I think it's the titties. They're keeping her alive.
I'm about to say best little whorehouse in Texas, Dolly Parton.
They're keeping her alive. And all you ladies out there, I
Kids
just want to
gotta
say
be
this.
old.
They gotta be old.
No,
baby.
because
And
they're no,
But
they're
let
not.
me say this. Let's be real serious about this for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm also a firm believer that everybody can be thick. I get it. Okay, I have wanted it all my life. It just never came, even after kids, because they tell you get a little something after you have your kids. I want you to definitely take your health and safety. I know a friend of mine, his niece died the other day in her apartment alone in her 20s after going and getting some fat repositioning, lipo, and this, that, and the other. These tickets have been really cheap. ladies, stop carrying y'all butt down there where they don't have any kind of medical attention for you when you get back home.
Right.
Okay. She died in her apartment alone, trying to have a big booty because everybody said that it's cool. Everybody can't have a big booty, y'all. I've been squatting too, but it ain't gonna happen. I'm good for me. This is the natural me. Learn to love yourselves, even if it is not the it thing for that moment. You're enough, period. I just had to get that part out. So you're enough. Let it be enough. Everybody can't have it.
Yeah.
So
Well.
Dolly, I know yours are keeping alive. Y'all need to go to Dolly's doctor.
Right? Because they are up there.
How old is she now? I wish I would have.
don't know.
I wish I
Let's
would have
look
done
that
that.
up.
Gotta be pushing close to
Let's
75.
She has
Easy.
definitely got
75. I thought she was older than that. I'm just saying.
I think she's older than that.
She's 74 years young.
being generous.
Ooh,
I was
74.
You were right there, Vanderbilt.
close.
74.
So I also want to talk about Miss Demi Lovato. She did the People's Choice Awards. Okay,
Right.
I'm gonna just tell you this little secret. I absolutely love Demi's music. Okay,
She's cool.
When she first came out, I kind of was on the fence about it, but man, she is so sultry and just I'm really glad that she had this, and she did a good job as well on the award show. But I really like her music. I
like her music too.
Everybody likes
I do too.
Yeah.
She's good
all right.
people.
So you all know I'm from Dallas, and I'm just gonna add this real quick. The Dallas Black Dance Academy, okay, has decided to do a virtual event for everybody. So if your daughter is out there, let me say this, and sons too, if you will. I know most people are probably gonna act funny about that, but if your daughters have been interested in dance, and COVID has been going on, you've not been going to shows and this, that, and the other, they are doing a virtual event that's free. Okay, all you have to do is go and register at www.dbdt.com. Okay, it's going to be on November the 24th, and they're going to do behind the scenes performance, and they're going to do all the stuff like they would in a regular show. So for any of those little girls out there who have been wanting to be ballerinas, this is your time to see the other Black ballerinas from Dallas do your thing.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so I wanted to. I was
Nice.
like, I got to put that out there because a lot of times without that representation, people get lost. And several friends of mine, of course, wanted to be ballerinas. I had one who was standout, went to Juilliard, wound up, teaching and instructing there as well. She was phenomenal, but she didn't get a lot of the accolades and accreditation because she's African American. You can't get all those jobs, and the Swan. You can't be the Swan. You can't do that.
Right.
So, well, then you couldn't. Now, you probably can. There's a bigger chance out there. So, for all my little dancing babies, you get out there. Your parents just
Can't
let
wait to
them
check
see
that
this
out.
little event. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. Oh.
Okay. So, Vanderbilt, I know that you sent this to me, and we're going to use this today. Are we on the last segment or no? This is not? We're not. Okay. So, I'm sorry about that, everybody. I thought that we were down to the last segment, and I was about to give you the Tennille's touchy subject, but clearly we don't need to go into that just yet. We're gonna save that last segment just for that. So make sure that you stay tuned, and also make sure that you stay tuned for Tony Talks. He's gonna be coming up next after us.
My man, Tony.
I have had the opportunity to kind of watch, some of the shows finally that are here on the edge, and I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple of things, that give me some interest, and sometimes I have a hard time being entertained, right? Because my life is entertaining, and there's lots of drama and rigmarole
My life is definitely
going on
entertaining.
all the time
Definitely
around
entertaining.
me. So it is very hard for me to find things that are entertaining, and I have found some things on the edge that are entertaining. So I want to invite you to watch all of the shows that come on, all of the programming that's coming on. I also want to remind you one more time, I want to see y'all at this bike ride. Okay, I definitely
for a good
want to
cause,
see y'all at the
guys.
bike ride. Next, let me talk to you guys just for a little bit before we get ready to go in the break and we come back. When we talk about this touchy subject, because I'm not going to do the norm, it's not going to be a relationship thing. We're going to talk about something that happened on somebody's job. Have you ever had a bad situation happen at the job?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Where it took everything to kind of pull you back together?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you have had that experience too. We're definitely going to need your comments on this one. We will be right back.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay,
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and let me just tell you how hard this job is. Okay, I know that y'all but our background conversations are always super funny. But I'm very, very glad that I have a great support team at the house, at my house, who's let me know after I just ran these people down, and I have to take ownership for this, that I did the wheelchair thing, I'm going to rewind all of that. I am so sorry that, I talked about Bruce and this Die Hard movie coming back out, because I was trying to figure out how he made it through this. I'm trying to figure out how his memory was going to remember all those lines. I was, really going through it in my head. It's a commercial, ladies and gentlemen, for Die Hard batteries.
Die Hard
that
batteries.
Makes a big difference, because he's probably using that battery in the back room to juice himself up.
We thought she was being apologetic, but she still went there.
This is my way of apologizing.
I got you.
Bruce, we sorry. We sorry.
Apologize, but not apologize.
Oh my gosh. That is too
Hey.
You need to recharge. You need a little juice. Okay?
Little juice.
You need to die hard. Die hard, go hard. Okay? For the battery. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, not sorry.
I was like, you know what? I'm really confused here. But I, can apologize for my mistakes,
Is that what it was?
That's what I did.
Is that what you did?
Is that what it was?
Y'all didn't hear me.
That's what she did.
I said I was sorry. I don't do that much.
But
but there was a little, you just didn't say I apologize and moved on.
We can't make apologies funny.
I mean, if it's not coming from the heart and you don't mean
give
it,
him a little extra.
I do mean it. I do mean that I apologize that I said the wrong thing.
Right, but you don't apologize for what you said.
if it was coming out, I would still feel the same way.
Exactly.
She's just getting ready. She's just getting ready for the comedy show on Friday.
I'm definitely ready for the comedy
That's
show.
all. She's getting ready for the comedy show.
Definitely don't come for me while I'm out in the audience because I'm gonna walk out because I hate when people do that. I've had somebody. I was. Because I cackle when I laugh a little bit.
You cackle?
I'm a little bit a cackler and I get loud. And so I had a comedian one time kind of say, "Who is that back there?" And I was like, "Oh God!" And it was somebody big, like Earthquake.
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh my God, he is gonna run me down." I told my friends, if y'all snitch on me, I would just die. He was like, "Nah, y'all better tell him. Come on, she right over there somewhere. I can hear her." I was like, "Oh my God, Jesus!" So that does get very scary. But yeah, please don't come for me in the show.
You didn't tell your friends snitches get stitches.
Do
the church finger.
Do the church finger.
You got a couple of friends, that's comedians, so they'll spare you.
I do.
Do you know what that means though? Where that came from?
What?
The church finger?
Oh, tell us a little bit about it.
So that was when, back in slavery time, when they were picking cotton and they would put their finger up to let the Mauser know that they needed to be excused so they could go to the bathroom.
Sure about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, let me find out. Don't ever say you didn't learn anything on I'm Just Saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Look it up.
It let the master know
Let the master know
because
that you needed to go. That's right. You weren't supposed to be talking. You're supposed to be working head down. And if you needed to go use the restroom or needed to be excused, you put your finger up.
And then we done took it
and
into
we
the
took
church.
it and put it into the church.
To the house of the
Yep.
Lord.
That's where that came from. See how you do stuff and you don't realize what you're doing.
Oh, I would have never.
This is why
That
we
part.
have added this is our historian.
Wow.
This is our historian.
I
I'll tell you.
have never
Yes, ma'am.
imagined,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we
I
have
would've
family
never-
members who, used to work the cotton fields.
Yeah.
So
But that's where it comes from.
nobody's
So they brought
ever
it in
said
the church.
anything to me about
And
it.
if you think about it, you ever been at church and you got to go to the bathroom? Big Mama would say,
Yeah, put your finger up now. Let the
Yeah.
pastor know you're being excused. It's a sign of respect.
Wow.
That's what that was. Yeah. Exactly.
Help us,
Don't get me started.
Jesus. Don't get me started.
Don't get me
we
started.
didn't put them two together. Come on. We didn't put them two together.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you time to comment on this because I know we have all been in sticky situations when it comes to our jobs.
Yes.
So right now, we're going to move into Tennille's touchy subject. Okay?
Mm.
Are y'all ready?
Ready.
Are you
Let's
ready?
do it.
Okay, so this one is a little different, but we still need your comments. Vanderbilt is going to be over there. He's going to check, and we are going to read your comments live right here. I also want to take this time to remind you that we do have room for a live studio audience,
We
and
do.
we would love to have our friends
Love to have
with
you.
benefits come right on down.
Come
okay,
on.
our address is 415 West Gray Street at Midtown Bar and Grill. So after that invitation, I'm going to invite you right now to listen as we kind of get in on Tennille's touchy subject. And I like to give you little tidbits of the information as we go into this.
Yes.
This is a real live story that happened in Ellis County. Okay? Where is Ellis County?
I don't
That
know.
don't even sound right.
Where is Ellis County?
That's
It
what I
sounds
wanna
like
know.
it's going to get bad.
Ellis County. You looking it up?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we received, so here it is, a black constable, okay? So we have to put that part out there. His office was moved downstairs into a basement that was still left over from the segregation era, and there was a Negro sign posted above the office door. I know that we've dealt with a lot on our jobs, people saying things, but of course we've always felt like we had the right, if we wanted to pop back or do whatever or take it to HR, this, that, and the other. But when you are somebody who is in that type of seat, a constable, you're a whole constable. You got an office, and when it's time for you to be elected and put into office, they move your office to the basement. And
Corsicana.
there's a Negro sign above your door that you have to walk past every day unless you so choose to remove. But here we are again with these statues and these old forms of things that are, presenting themselves. How would you feel about that? How would you deal with that? We know that there's several people out there who are working with us who are thinking these thoughts every single day, right?
day.
Who want to treat you differently because of the color of your skin. But how do we handle a situation like this? I'm the head Negro
In charge.
and you decide my office needs to be in the basement, out the way. Might be a very nice space.
However,
Just may very well be. However, how would you guys handle this situation? Who do we take it to at this point?
that's a tough one because if he's the constable, I mean, in the HNIC,
Yes,
as you
because
said.
that's basically what it would be if you're the
And-
constable, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
First of all, I would move my own office and find out who put the sign there and fire them.
If y'all were to see the picture, ladies and gentlemen, of this man, the disdain in
Disgust.
his face, he just looks disgusted about this.
It's just-
How do you, how do you get around that? How do you? I'm gonna tell you right now. I have told Vanderbilt several times. I've run into situations like this. I worked for, an older Southern lady. I'm not gonna call her name out,
And that's
but
putting it politely.
It was right here in Houston, Texas. One of my very first jobs here, I got the I'm pretty for a black girl. There were people working, on the building that we were in. She was like, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Oh,
That kind of
she
stuff.
did.
It was on a regular basis. I had been patted on the head one time.
No, ma'am.
All of this trying to keep a job. So how much are you willing to put up with to keep a doggone job? Y'all have to start realizing money is not always the most important thing.
Nope.
If you believe in your skill, your talent, and what you're doing, we've gone, I was raised, by somebody who was, of course, who still, had segregation in early school years or whatever.
Right.
So, she is kind of more of a hush mouth and just do your job type thing.
Right.
But when this lady patted me on my head and said I was pretty for a black girl, it took everything in me not to just go smooth off and just knock her on the floor. Okay? I didn't do it though. I did not do it, but I did want to in my mind. Okay? In my mind. But I was like, I need to keep my job. I need to show her that I'm better than this. How do we react in a situation where we're supposed to be the head? At least that part, I was supposed to be low man on the totem pole, coming into a new city, this, that, and the other, trying to make sure my bills get paid. But this man is a public figure.
Yeah. So that means he was voted in.
Right.
So you can't be upset with him. Be upset with the people, the constituents, because they wanted a change.
Whoever moved your name plate, baby, whoever picked it up and took it down there to the basement, go get them.
Get them. Snitch. This is a good time to snitch.
Let them go. Trump letting everybody go. You let them go too. Is what I got. It's what I had to say about it. Vanderbilt, how would you have reacted?
Honestly, I don't know how I would have reacted at that particular moment. Hopefully, I would have just removed myself.
Post your stories now, because I know there's plenty of them out there.
But I actually, it's funny. I was about maybe 17 or 18, and I used to work for a company called Quick Copy.
Okay.
And it was run by an old white lady. And she literally would say, could you be a good boy and go do this?
Ooh, boy is a white racist word.
We just talked about this behind the scenes too. He's shooting slugs again, and it's it's okay, Vanderbilt.
And the first time she said it, I was like, I can't believe she said this, But she said it again. Can you be a good boy and go get that? And I'm like, I'm not your boy.
You let it out.
Yeah, I'm not your boy.
Wow.
Who the hell are you? I went smooth off, and she was like, oh. Because I'm like this.
The
audacity.
I'm quiet.
I don't say much. I try to fit in with everybody. I believe I get along with everybody. But you could see that she would treat me differently from the other 3 white guys that was there. I was the only black.
Okay.
Only black. But when she let them go, we were all there. She let them go. But I was the boy who had to run the errands.
The boy. No. Yeah. She used to try to send me for her dry cleaning and stuff like that too. And I was like, baby, I'm not here for that.
No, absolutely.
You think I'm gonna go pick up your dry cleaning during the day while we at work, and then you're gonna say I'm not doing my job? Because that's what was gonna happen. I'm gonna be out getting the dry cleaning, and picking up a burger, and they're gonna say, "Where's Tennille?" You know, well, she's late back from lunch because I'm gonna take my lunch and I'm gonna go pick up the dry cleaner so I can get my extra time out. No, but anyway, I know that everybody is out there. They're going through situations. We are definitely in a time in America right now where things are changing. You know, I come from a time period where it wasn't even okay to wear your natural hair.
Right.
You know,
that part.
You definitely couldn't be on TV doing that. We have definitely changed a lot of things. I like where it's going. Not that I, per se like all of the things that everybody's doing to express themselves, but I'm glad that you're able to do it, is what I'm going to say. Now, this man and expressing himself from that basement, that's going to be a tough one, because I would go into work every single day with a whole attitude. I don't think I would be able to pull it together, especially with the Negro sign posted above my entrance.
It's disrespectful.
So,
and Ellis County is near Dallas, Corsicana.
I should have known. No,
Corsicana.
Up in Dallas, it is still very segregated, if you will. People do stay. They stay in their areas. Everybody kind of gets in their pod, and once a community moves out of somewhere, then it trickles back and forth. They chase each other back and forth. So I would definitely believe that from Ellis County, because we do pass that on the way in. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you posted your comments. We will be responding. I know that you have stories. We would love to hear your stories about things that you've been through and how you handled those things. I do want to say this though. Since 2020 has been going on and Black Lives Matter movement continues to press forward, how do we get out of that mindset and go into, because I like to talk about solutions instead of just the problem all the time.
Right.
Where this is no longer a thing, where people are people. Bridget, I'm going to go to you first and just ask, what do you think is one of the major solutions for something like this?
Well, I know that, and this is why I love millennials, the younger kids, because where the generations, because everything circles back to where our parents' were in that time of slavery, and then they taught our parents, to do the same, be quiet,
thing, suck it up, be quiet.
And so I'm a Generation Xer. I know I don't look it, thank you, but so then we decided, no, we're not going to do that, and we kind of came together. But then when the millennials came, our babies, they were like, we're not doing that. And so these kids are not shutting up. Okay. And we need to take a stand and not be afraid anymore.
So since we were reflecting on 2020, that is another thing that I have to say right now about millennial and down. I'm very glad that they have taken a chance to use their voices, to promote the things that they feel like are important. Right. Even when it came down to the election, it was a lot of them who wasn't voting to the last minute, X, Y, and Z, because they wanted to use their voice in a way that was going to help and affect them. So I'm very happy about that for 2020 as well, because we saw that they do actually have a voice. They've been written down on about a lot of things. They lazy, they this, that, and the other. They don't want to, all of those things, but they definitely know how to work a computer. They definitely know how to get their voice heard, and get in the streets together, which I love. So Vanderbilt, with you, what's your solution to make this color line disappear?
Number one, I think it's going to be harder than what we think. Just because we have people that are set in their ways and in their thoughts and in their in their everyday life. But like Bridget said, our millennials, have such a strong voice at this particular moment. They're going to be the ones that are going to have to continually be that voice for change.
All right.
Well, also because we're worth trillions of dollars to recycle that back into our community.
Hey, that's why we're telling everybody about businesses every single Tuesday. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to come in here, tell everybody about what you got going on out there, what products you're selling, what services you have out there. Please DM us at IJS Live on Instagram. We also have a new website that is up. Woohoo! Yes, we've got that.
Y'all.
I'm so happy. You can find out all the details about what's going on with I'm Just Saying right there on I'mJustSaying.live. Don't you like that?
Yes, y'all.
No, it's IJS.live.
No, it's not.
That's what it was.
Okay, well, it's that. It's new. We don't know. Ladies and
We'll
gentlemen.
post it so y'all will know.
We'll
as
definitely
well.
post it in the comments for today. But thank you guys so much for paying attention, sharing this video, and sharing with your friends and family that I'm Just Saying is on each and every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 to 10 a.m. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend.